Hi, my name is Yvon Minogue. I'm a career mentor at Career Institute. Today you'll be watching the Bring Your A Game to Work video, and the section we'll be covering is accountability. So what does being accountable look like? The definition is the quality or state of being accountable, especially an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. A quote I found that I liked is, accountability is essential to personal growth as well as team growth. How can you improve if you are never wrong? If you don't admit a mistake and take responsibility for it, you're bound to make the same mistake again. So words, it's taking responsibility for your actions, even if you're right or wrong. Some other words that are similar to accountability and that go into accountability is honor, trustworthiness, being dependable, having a good moral character, your reputation, and being honest. So let's read a case scenario. So JJ works at Sandwich Planet and his boss Melody is always on his case. JJ just could never do anything right in her eyes. For some reason, she has it out for JJ and he is pretty tired of dealing with her. On a typical Saturday morning, JJ arrives at work at 6:30 a.m. and as soon as he walks in, Melody hands him a mop and tells him to scrub the floors until they sparkle and says, "Do a better job than last time." JJ is fed up with Melody's constant criticism and doesn't know what to do. So looking at this background, you could think that JJ's boss, Melody, is super unfair. You know, he's showing up to work early, doing everything she asks, and he doesn't know why she's acting like that. So what you don't know, let's look at this other section on the right. So what you don't know, JJ doesn't come to work or doesn't give notice when he can't make it to work, even if there's a call policy. He gives his friends free meals and free drinks when you're not supposed to, and he says it's only $1.19. I don't think it's a big deal, and he leaves work early and asks a coworker to clock out for him. So, right versus wrong. So obviously, reading that side, knowing more behind the story, you know that JJ's wrong. He's rationalizing in his head. Well, you know, Sandwich Planet makes $1 billion a year. I didn't think $1.19 was going to be a big deal, or you know, I don't get paid as well as I should, and I work long hours. What's the big deal if somebody signs me out? It is a big deal. You're stealing from the company, one, and you're stealing time from the company as well. And it's just not a good look to be lying to your boss as well, as to where you are and not showing up to work and not even calling in to work. Even if there are other employees, you're still on a contract. And it goes back to moral character and trustworthiness and all the things we talked about on slide 1 of what it takes to be a responsible, accountable employee. So at the bottom, you can see bad jobs, bad bosses, and bad pay are no excuses for bad behavior. That's because moral and ethics shouldn't be based on the situation you're in. So I want you guys to think about it. Think about, have you ever done something little where you've worked before? Maybe it's give away food or discounts to family and friends. Have you left work early, or have you lied about your clock-in times? Have you lied to a boss or to a customer? Have you ever bent the rules or broke the rules or policies? And have you not reported an employee doing something wrong? Your ethical beliefs shouldn't change depending on the situation you're in. You're either honest, responsible, or you aren't. So I really want you guys to think about that and think about times where you've worked and have you ever done anything on this list, and think about how accountable you should be for yourself. So why is this important? So establishing good patterns for a lifetime is important. Think about it. If you, let's say like JJ's working at the Planet Sandwich Shop or whatever, and that's not the career he wants. He's going to school or he's working on yada, yada, yada. It's really easy for an employer, your next employee, it's something you really love and enjoy, that you want to start your career in. It's really easy for an employer to make a phone call. Hey, Melody, what is JJ like as a worker? Well, he didn't leave a good rep there because of all the things that he did and he wasn't accountable. So you got to think about your future. And like that line said, even if you have a bad boss, bad pay, or whatever, right is right. There's right and wrong, and you should know the difference. And you have to really look within yourself and ask yourself, is this right or wrong? Because I know it's hard sometimes because we rationalize things. So it's important to build your connections for future employment opportunities, because they're going to be one day writing references for you possibly. So while you're there, think about your moral character, be honest, do the right thing, be responsible and reliable, and just always know your actions speak louder than words. So consequence-wise, if JJ continues stealing and continues to have bad behavior at work, he can be fired for that. And even worse, he can have a chance of being arrested, prosecuted, fined, or have a penalty from the company, depending on how severe the situation can be. And, you never want to be in that situation. So just always be accountable and do the right thing. MYESHA'S story. So here's a quick little story as well. Josh got a D on his paper and MYESHA got an A. Josh asked MYESHA to write his next paper for $100. MYESHA agrees to write the paper, then Josh lowered it to $10. MYESHA was upset and said, $10? What kind of person do you think I am? And Josh says, you're the kind of person who's willing to help me cheat. Now I'm going to try to figure out what it'll cost me. So the moral of this story is there's no right way to do something wrong. No matter what the price is, no matter what the situation is, it's right versus wrong again. And when something's wrong, and it tells you in your gut, and just do the right thing, because in the long run, it's really going to help you and become a better person and have possibly more opportunities in employment. All right, so now it's time to bring your A game and be accountable. Thank you for watching my video, and now complete the discussion questions and have a good day.